ICE agents drag man from hospital in Brooklyn. New Yorkers cops hurt in pepper spray chaos. An investigation is underway Sunday after chaos erupted outside a hospital in Brooklyn late on Saturday night when masked ICE agents brought a man there after arresting him in an apparent enforcement operation. Word of the man's arrest and hospitalization quickly spread, bringing scores of protesters to Wyckoff Heights Medical Center on Saturday night just before 10 p.m. A number of protesters and several NYPD officers were injured after a law enforcement source said an ICE agent unleashed pepper spray on the crowd during the protests. Meanwhile, the NYPD is facing questions about its participation in the incident after a photograph circulated online showing a masked ICE agent and an NYPD officer together with a detained man inside the hospital. According to eyewitnesses and sources, it all began at the Bushwick Hospital at around 9:43 p.m. on May 2nd. Patients at the facility were shocked to spot a detained man in handcuffs inside the hospital with armed men and masked men, and images of the arrested man began circulating on social media. It is believed the ICE agents had detained the individual during a previous immigration enforcement operation before transporting him for medical treatment. Sources say no patients inside the hospital were detained. What was the NYPD role in Brooklyn ICE raid? As the news spread of the detained man's hospitalization, more than 100 people showed up outside the hospital demanding answers. Just before 10:30 p.m. Saturday night, the NYPD arrived on the scene, and according to witnesses, cops became heavy-handed with the crowd. More than 24 NYPD officers arrived in a show of force and in an unsolicited act of aggression towards community defenders. They showed people to the sidewalk, pepper sprayed several community defenders, and arrested one person, a person with direct knowledge of the incident told AM New York. The NYPD disputed this claim. However, the department told AM New York that when cops arrived at the scene, they observed individuals acting disorderly and obstructing vehicle traffic while blocking emergency entrances and exits to the hospital. Those who arrived outside the hospital say that a massive standoff occurred for the next several hours between police and the impromptu protesters until the early hours of the morning. State Senator Julia Salazar weighed in on X, calling the number of NYPD officers on the scene concerning. Just after 2 a.m. on May 3rd, 2 ICE agents were spotted dragging a man in handcuffs along the pavement of the entrance plaza to Wyckoff Hospital near the corner of DeKalb Avenue and Stockholm Street. They were also carrying a large canister of what appeared to be pepper spray. He came out pointing it at everyone. One eyewitness told AM New York, referring to one of the ICE agents involved. They were dragging a black man in handcuffs on the floor. Protesters attempted to block their path, prompting police to immediately push them back. Several clashes unfolded, resulted in 9 arrests, police said. Meanwhile, the ICE agents pulled the detained man into the back of an SUV. The vehicle then sped through the crowd, knocking one person to the ground. An NYPD spokesperson told AM New York they believe the feds released the pepper spray, adding that one sergeant and one officer were also injured from the substance and had to be treated at the hospital. The spokesperson charged that police categorically did not collaborate with immigration enforcement agents or receive prior notice of their activity. They were simply responding to the protests after receiving multiple 911 calls of a large group blocking entranceways to the building. New York's sanctuary city laws, which prevent local law enforcement from working with ICE agents except in serious criminal cases. However, those who witnessed the incident reported a different narrative. They claimed that the police officers aided ICE inside the facility and later provided ICE a police jack to charge a flat tire. AM New York reached out to the mayor's office for comment and is awaiting a response. That's all I have to say for this video.